Honorable delegates and friends of MUN, welcome to ZAMUN 2019. The purpose of this video is to explain the rules and organization of the Joint Crisis Committee, which will take place at the ZAMUN conference for the first time in history, and therefore can be more challenging for the delegates that haven't participated in crisis committees yet. The committees you might be used to from other MUNs or also from ZAMUN have normally 15 to 20 member states, which are always represented by one country, and these 15 to 20 members sit at the one table and discuss one topic. But not all the topics have the same relevance for all the countries, and therefore some delegates are not so involved in the topic and their potential is not being used. Our topic, the future of Ukrainian crisis, is crucial for European relations in the future. Therefore, we came with a specific metrics that might help us to come to our goal easier and more effective. In our committee, there will be 3 bodies represented. At the table will sit delegates of Ukraine, the delegates of Russian Federation, and members of European Commission. As being a special committee with a special metrics, this crisis committee needs also a special way how it's organized and how the debate will flow. The bodies or the parties are always represented by more delegates, which is kind of special for ZAMUN committee, where normally in Security Council or Human Rights Council there's always one delegate for one organization or for one country. Here we will have multiple delegates representing Ukraine, multiple delegates representing Russia, and multiple delegates representing European Commission. Therefore, the work among or the cooperation between these delegates or among these delegates in the groups is really important for the outcome of the whole committee. Therefore, the outcoming situation or the basic situation of the committee is that these 3 delegations are in 3 separated rooms. So the delegates of Ukraine are discussing the topic only among themselves, the delegates of Russian Federation and the same delegates of European Commission. Therefore, or because there are only 4 to 6 delegates in each delegation, it's most effective to have this conversation or this debate informal. Therefore, it won't be chaired and you can discuss the topic freely without any special rules which you could have experienced in other MUN committees. But what's even more important than discussing the topic with your colleagues is bringing outcome. For that, you have to discuss with other parties. And that's the point where we get to the kind of normal or classical MUN committee. In a study guide and also in rules procedure, such gathering is called meeting of the parties, where all 3 parties or at least 2 parties, or at least 2 delegations meet in one separate room where they can discuss the topic between the counterparties and this and bring some outcome. And of course, this meeting of the parties has different rules of procedure which are described in both documents that I already mentioned, and which are really similar to the processes going in a classic MUN committee. Such gatherings can be planned, they are always planned by the chairs, or ad hoc, which could be planned also by the chairs, or by one of the delegations. The schedule of planned meetings will be always distributed to you by the chairs at the beginning of the day, and ad hoc meetings can be called, as mentioned, by the chair or by another delegation. Delegations always must take part in an ad hoc meeting that was called by the chair, but do not have to accept the invitation to the ad hoc meeting called by some other delegations. Current situation in the world is always getting different. Therefore, the first day of the conference will be the day or the time point where the reality ends and where the model United Nations, begins. From the day one of the conference, only the information that you get from organizing team will be relevant for our debates. This information can be the same as the reality or can be similar to reality, but doesn't have to. And you have to be cautious because you may be given also information that is not reliable, but if you follow the advices of the chairs, you won't be mistaken by the information that is not true. If you haven't understood the whole concept of crisis committee, do not hesitate to contact us. You have our email in a study guide, but first please read through the study guide more times than through rules of procedure, and I'm 99% sure that you will, without bigger problems, understand what's going on. If not, don't hesitate to write us and we will do our best to explain once more. And if even that doesn't help, at the beginning of the conference, we will have time for you to explain it face to face, so it will be easier. What's most important for you is to study the topic as a whole, which relevant information can you bring to the discussion, which goals or targets you could achieve, and then the form of how you achieve it can be understood in a few minutes and you don't have to be so nervous about it. So to sum up, once more, we have 3 different bodies, so one country, second country, and the international bodies of European Commission, which can first they discuss the topic among themselves, among the delegates in one group, and then when there is a meeting of the parties called, they sit around one table and can discuss the topic on the basis of the decisions they've made in the smaller groups. That's the basic point. I'm really looking forward for you to come to Žilina. I'm looking forward to our formal debate as well as our socials. And as mentioned, if you have any questions, do not hesitate to contact us.